All right, Annalise, maybe the polar opposite of Valentine's Day here. You got ghosted after 3 dates, and it's driving you crazy. What's going on?
Yeah, I went on 3 dates with this guy named Logan, and I thought it went really well. Yeah, like we all had a great time. I had a great time, and I'm assuming he did too. I think he did. So I did hook up with him on the second date. Like, I don't know if that affected it. I mean, we did go on a third date, so I would assume, that didn't affect it.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the third date, he ended up going home after dinner. He said he wasn't feeling well, and I tried texting him to see how he's doing, and then I haven't heard from him. Like, I haven't heard from him in 2 weeks. So, like, number one, I hope he's okay. And number two, I want to see what's going on, like why he's not responding.
So you were the last one to text, and like, what did your text say? Just like, when are we going out again? Where would you like to go out again?
Yeah, it was like more like, hey, how are you feeling? If you're, feeling better, are you free on Friday? And I haven't heard from him.
Friday came and went.
Again, you're like, hey, are you okay?
And then nothing.
Yeah. So, and he's not very active on social media, so I can't really see if he's up to anything there. So it just feels weird.
So you're actually not sure he's okay because he has not answered.
Ooh, Annalise, what if he's stalling to get past Valentine's Day because he didn't want to, what?
Go ahead. I'm just letting it play out. I mean, I'm going to attack your theory in a second.
Okay, cool. So what if he is stalling because he is not good with the Valentine's Day, and he's waiting till after Valentine's Day, and then he'll hit you back up and come up with like some, weak excuse, and then he'll ask you to go out again. But he just wants to get past the holiday. That way he doesn't have to worry about getting you a gift.
Oh, well, that sucks.
That's weak.
But yeah.
That would be weak.
It would be weak, but it's a theory.
The fact that he left early, though, saying he was sick, that's what's throwing me. That's what's making me feel like something happened.
Yeah.
She said something. She did something. I don't know what.
All right, my own personal disclaimer. Logan is a coward because I don't think anybody should ghost anybody. Just one line telling them, hey, not into it. Yeah, at least owe somebody that. You don't owe anything, actually, to anybody. It's just a decent thing to do.
It is.
Logan is a coward. Okay, so...
I love your change in position here recently with this. You have become very passionate.
I am very passionate.
This is like your new platform.
All I had to do was get ghosted. Look, now we're here.
It just feels so incredibly disrespectful to me. And when it takes just one line to just let me know, hey, this is not going to happen. I'm not going to be hurt by all this, but at least I know. I
agree.
All right, so let's go over the date here. These were group dates?
No, these were all individual dates.
All right. Date one goes so good that you guys set up date two. Tell us about date two, and we already know what that leads to, but set us up on the date because we're going to try to figure this out before we tell you exactly why he ghosted you.
So we went on like a nice dinner. Like the food was so good. It was this really nice restaurant, and like it was really yummy. And I was feeling it. I only had like a glass of wine, and he's just really handsome, and so. Yeah, I decided to go home with him, and
So you went back to his place?
Yes, I didn't stay the night, but and then he contacted me the next day about setting up the third date. So,
and then third date, you guys end up at a restaurant together or at a bar, and he says he's got to bail in the middle of the date.
Yeah, it was like towards the end. He was like, instead of, going to one of our places, he's like, I'm not really feeling well. We did go to a restaurant. It wasn't a bar. And he went home.
Was he getting any texts during dinner?
No, I don't remember any texts.
Okay.
Do you think he saw somebody he knew?
No, I was thinking that he's seeing somebody else, and
that caught him.
He had set somebody. He had set something else up for that night, maybe a double date, or
he was double dipping that night.
You got any ideas?
I was thinking that maybe he wasn't sure if he still liked you after the second date, so he went because he felt a bit obligated, and then in the third date, for whatever reason, he decided like I'm not feeling this, and he couldn't fake it through it anymore. That's what I think happened.
I don't know.
And
he seemed to be enjoying himself, but...
and there was no response at all, even when you said, "Are you okay?" Absolutely nothing after that.
Nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm not exactly sure who reached out to him because Tommy's been out all week. Maybe it was Tracy. Reached out to Logan, the coward, and found out exactly why he ghosted you and why there's not going to be another date. So if you give us a couple of minutes, we will read his response to you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, we'll close your call in just a couple of seconds.
The Bert Show.
No reason to ghost somebody. I mean, what's the excuse that you're using in your head? Oh, I just don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to come off like a jerk. Well, if you ghost them, those things are happening anyway.
There's only one time where ghosting is excusable.
If you're dead.
No. Okay, there are
has to
2
count.
times.
Laid up in a hospital, not dead, but in a coma.
There are 3 times
Okay.
when ghosting is excusable.
If they do something to you and they should already know the reason.
No, that one doesn't count.
That won't count. Okay.
You're laid up in a hospital room. You cannot use your hands or and your mouth's not working either to tell somebody to text somebody.
Shut up.
You're in jail. You're in jail and they took your belongings, so you don't have a phone.
Okay,
3.
there are 4 times when ghosting is excusable. No, I was saying if you are with somebody and they show like any type of threatening behavior, or if they're like, if in a woman's case, if you're going out with a guy and he's just, if you send this text, you're going to get some nasty messages in return, or it's going to take if you feel unsafe sending that text, it is perfectly okay to ghost.
That's a good one.
Okay.
That one's hard to argue
Real good.
with.
Thank
right
you.
there. All right, so
And so
Annalise.
was the dead one.
Coma was just as good.
Yeah, it was. It was. And so was prison. So dead,
Those are your
coma,
4.
prison, fear.
We have really figured it out today, haven't we?
Yeah.
All right, so Annalise called us a couple of minutes ago, and she's like, "Hey, Bert Show, help me out here. I went out on a date with Logan the coward 3 times, and everything seemed to be going just fine. We hooked up on the second night. It's all right, no judgy here. And then third night, they go out to a restaurant. All of a sudden, he gets a stomach ache. He's got a case of coward phobia.
He got the bubble guts.
And he's starting to feel it in his stomach.
The shrimp was bad.
Yep. Bails. And then she's like, "Hey, it's all good." Checks on him the next day. Nothing. "Hey, you okay?" Nothing. So he might be dead or in a coma.
He's not. I can confirm.
Okay.
Prison?
He is not. I can confirm.
All right. Then he's a coward.
Which is why I didn't correct you when you introduced him that way.
All right, Annalise. So our studio director, our show director, Tommy, hasn't been with us in studio, but he did reach out to Logan to find out exactly what happened. Okay?
All right, you ready, Annalise?
Yeah, what's going on?
So you wanted to know why he ghosted. Here we go.
All right, and yeah, so Tommy has been out. Good news is he's feeling better, but he's still testing positive for COVID, but that doesn't mean he wasn't able to use his phone to text Logan the coward yesterday. I will be playing the part
It's
of...
rude.
You've been saying it.
You don't even know why. Why are you calling
Drink
him?
your protein shake and leave me alone. So I will be playing the part of Tommy, and Mo will be playing the part of Logan. Okay. Whatever. Hey, Logan. My name is Tommy Owen, and I work with the Bert Show.
That's your Tommy voice? Your Forrest Gump Tommy voice?
We are a morning radio show, and wondering if you might be able to help us out with something.
Gianni?
Okay. I've heard of your show. Why do you need me?
Well, we were recently contacted by one of our listeners, Annalise. You had recently gone on a few dates with her.
Oh, Tommy gonna be mad. Wait, what? Why is Annalise having you text me? That's weird.
Well, first of all, she said you left your last date a bit early because you didn't feel well. She says she hasn't heard anything from you. She says she tried texting you to make sure you were okay, but you never responded. Since you aren't active on social media, she was concerned you might still be really sick.
Nope, not sick. All good.
Okay, good. Well, then She's really bothered and confused by you ghosting her. Since you didn't ghost her due to being sick, she'd really love some brutal honesty as to why you ghosted her. She thought you guys were having a great time. Did she do something or did something happen? She doesn't want anything from you other than some feedback.
I feel like I have my podcast on half speed right now.
Because if she's doing something wrong, she'd like to avoid it with other guys she dates in the future.
I don't know. It's probably a stupid reason, and I don't want to be judged. It's just something that annoyed me. She shouldn't worry about it.
Coward.
I understand. But she really needs closure and would really appreciate your honesty. It would really help her grow as a person and move on from this situation.
All right. But please keep in mind that this is just my personal opinion and may not apply to everyone.
Of course, ...
The thing is, Annalise had this habit on our dates of constantly taking pictures of our drinks, food, etc., to post on Instagram. Before we could even enjoy them, she'd have to arrange them just right and take multiple shots from different angles. At one point, she even stood up on the chair to get a perfect shot of the table. It was incredibly annoying and even more embarrassing. I mean, I know social media is a big part of people's lives now, but come on. We were there to have a good time, not to take a million pictures for her followers.
I can agree and see how that would be annoying, especially if you aren't really big on social.
Yeah, and the worst part was that I really liked her. I mean, she's hot and has a great personality, but the constant picture taking just ruined it for me. I even gave 3 dates because I was really trying to see past it and feel less annoyed, but it just didn't work.
Why didn't you tell her just how you felt?
I don't know. It seems stupid to say. I didn't like her because of that, and I wasn't sure how she would react. But in hindsight, I probably should have been more honest with her.
Well, thanks for being honest with us. I'll definitely let Annalise know what you told me. I'm sure she'll appreciate your honesty and take it as a learning experience.
Thanks. I just hope she can find someone who will appreciate her for who she is without having to document everything for social media.
Okay, so 2 things can be true here. This would bug me also on a date.
Standing on the chair. Annalise, did you do that?
I did. I mean, I like posting beautiful photos and I know how to get them. And I just wish he would have said something, because maybe I would have pulled it back a little. And, if he would have said like, hey, I just don't like that, I'd prefer you don't do that, I'd be like, oh, yeah, thank you for letting me know what you need. Like,
I don't disagree with you. There could have been a nice way he said that. It's just like, you know what, can you put that away just so we can hang out? And, there's definitely ways that he could have done that.
I think so too.
I agree.
Because he said everything else was great. He was attracted to you. He thought your personality was great, but this was annoying to him. So, that's the reason there. It doesn't seem like a real big one. And again, I'm going back to the coward thing. All he had to do was say, you know what? I wasn't feeling it.
You're a crazy camera lady. I can't do it.
You didn't even have to. That's the thing, is that you don't even really have to give an excuse.
No, you don't have to.
That's what I'm saying. The bar is set so low. All you have to do is say, hey, you seem great. You're just not great for me. Have a wonderful life.
The last thing that he told Tommy, I just hope she can find someone who will appreciate her for who she is. He could have simply sent that text. I mean, that would have done.
Oh, yeah, that would have been nice.
That would have been great.
So now, Annalise, I know your instinct is going to be, well, everything else was great, so maybe I'll just reach out to him and go, now I know what the problem is. I wouldn't do that if I were you, but that's your call.
Yeah, obviously he's not a very good communicator, but like,
right.
That's so annoying.
Right. All right, so at least you know why now.
He was honest.
Yeah, thank you.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
Bye-bye. All right, I got a call from a guy named Tommy on line 7. He's very offended with the show right now. Good morning, Tommy. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Really, Kristen? You made me sound like Teeter from Yellowstone.
You can't even understand what Teeter's saying.
I'm surprised I could even figure out this phone with all the numbers and whatnot.
Well, you know, Tommy, it's been so long. I've forgotten what you sound like.
Oh, damn. That's a shot right there. Damn. Man's on his deathbed.
No, he is not.
Man's on his deathbed. You're organizing a 5K for him.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched, you can get more of The Bert Show on your favorite podcast platform. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can find us. I don't know what any of these buttons do, by the way.